We're starting off high.
We can get
I think
two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
no, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a Foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust a human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a human to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Do Fools Agree. As always, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan Jennings. Who, in my first time at the range, I outshot. Just saying.
Just like a white man to have a laser dot on his shit and get an advantage.
I didn't put it there. It came with the firearm, sir.
I beat you. Nah, you did though. I'm proud of you.
It wasn't bad for a first
I'm
time.
proud of you.
And I figured
My
out
son
immediately
popped
what I was
his
doing.
cherry.
I figured out immediately what I was doing wrong because I'm definitely angling it downward.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
See, like I said, it's been so long since I shot my gun. I feel like I gotta get back acquainted with it because mine were down and to the right.
Right, yeah.
And it was like I would even call myself overcompensating.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't right where I needed it to be. I don't know. There's no other way to put it, but I just lost the feel for it. I haven't shot it enough.
Yeah, and that was my thing. Like, one, going for the first time, one of the things I learned real quick was better ear protection. I know you said you were good. I was not. I think I couldn't hear right the rest of the fucking day.
For real?
That little Hellcat snaps him off, man. You know what my proudest moment was, though?
What?
So my boss is military, Marine, all this stuff. He's like, "That's a good gun." I was like, "Yeah,
it is. It is." I was actually thinking about getting one a while ago, like a few years ago. I was back at the old house when I was looking at it.
Well, one of these days, I'm gonna have to get you to let me pop off the judge and see what that's like.
Yeah, that's a little more violent.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's definitely a little more violent.
You know what one sticks with me though, and it's because I had an airsoft model and it just felt so good in my hand.
What?
A fucking DE, man, a Desert Eagle. But them shits is expensive.
They're extremely expensive.
And I don't know enough about them to know if they're a good gun, but I had one, like I said, an airsoft pistol, but it was modeled after a real one and it was weighted like a real one. It's just the ammunition wasn't live, right? So it was the little fucking air pellets, but like the gun itself was the same framework, but it wasn't, obviously it's not the same weight once you add live rounds.
Right. Yeah, I just don't think that they're practical.
Yeah. Well, as a former partner of mine would have said, it'd be a good truck gun, but not much else. Just
I
one that
guess
you keep in the glove box of the truck if shit goes down.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like, and it could be my opinion, but unless you're the Punisher,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could go so much lower in caliber
But
and
I
be
could say
so much
this.
more effective.
But I could say the same thing about the Judge.
Well, the Judge is more practical.
Because it's firing off buckshot, right?
Right.
Because you're
It's a
firing off
shotgun. It's a
shells. Yeah,
handheld shotgun.
I get that.
It's not meant to be a EDC. It's not an everyday carry by
Right.
no means. It's just meant to be something small enough that I can keep on top of the nightstand and reach for without having to cock something back and
Yeah.
alert someone to know I have a gun on me.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Hmm.
I think the other thing that I think so I would like a larger caliber handgun.
I knew
Um
you would.
yeah. Well, but that was also part of the plan, right? Was that,
Right,
I wanted to cut my teeth on something that was practical and reliable, we'll put it that way.
right, right.
Um
And you got a good one.
and the what I would like to shoot off at some point is a semi-auto shotgun. Like
Them
almost an
shotties.
AR style shotgun.
Now the ARs, you know, so the ARs are a little better, right?
Yeah.
And I'm no gun expert by no means, but I have shot a lot of guns. The AR shotties are a little better because they're designed better. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Yeah.
shotgun is just so explosive. Like that
Right.
shit even hurts your shoulder.
Shoulder.
Like
Yeah, I'm sure.
I wouldn't even like if I was getting a gun and I wanted to protect my house, I completely understand why people go 12 gauge. But I would want something I felt a little bit more keeping on target as I'm shooting.
Yeah.
Give me like a
Well,
16.
and that was more like after you and I talked about it a little bit when I was, looking at, at the first round of ones that I was thinking about. Um, I agree with you. Like it's from the amount of kick in it on top of just form factor, which is why like I would love to pop off a
A
AR
designated.
style semi-auto shotgun and then, like I said, a larger caliber handgun.
Yeah, I still think for you, as far as you like, I think for you, I think I was right on the money. The I think that you'll like a 45 caliber 1911.
Yeah. I was looking hard at the 1911s, but that was another one that like I would want. I'm trying to think of the right way to say this. One, for the first time, it was not what I wanted to spend. So the
Oh yeah, no, for
1911s,
sure.
because those are
Yeah.
clipping like 12, 1500 at minimum.
Yeah, unless you get like the cheap version of them,
Right.
like
And I'm not,
Taurus.
and if I'm investing in something like that, I'm not getting the cheap one.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
Taurus makes one that's like 600 or 700, but
yeah. I did like the Springfield 1911 that I held,
mm-hmm.
but again, EDC not as practical.
I mean,
I don't know. I'd have to
it's a
figure it
larger
out
gun for
for
sure.
sure. I mean, my proudest moment this week was not shooting off. It was me sending you the mirror selfie earlier this week and showing you that I know what I was doing. I could figure it out because I was in shorts and a t-shirt and you couldn't tell.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You never know.
See, I'm learning. I'm learning. I
Mm-hmm.
did find I've got two holsters that I like. I got the one that's standard kind of clip on belt inside the pant line, and then the other one's the belly band. But the belly band, it's too obvious. Like it's not, the concealment factor isn't there.
I wanna well, first and foremost, I only like the inside the waistband holsters, but
Yeah. I was also looking at some of just like the tactical like clothing options, and the shit's expensive, but it's built for it, right?
right. But I mean, I feel like that you like
No, I'm talking about the ones that have like that are like sweatpants with it
Yeah, I
built
know what
in.
you mean. I guess what I'm getting at is you gotta at least if you're gonna go that route, then you gotta at least have enough to have a few pair of them.
Right, no
Because
doubt.
nobody's gonna be
You're not gonna
wearing the
buy
same pair
that
of
one
pants
pair of
every
pants.
day.
Right.
And then people have realized, oh, that's his gun pants. He's wearing
That's
his
his carry
gun.
pants.
Right.
Now here's the flip side. If I get black sweatpants though, that's all I wear anyway. So
Yeah, I know.
and I am good with it in a pair of jeans.
Right.
And just the way, and honestly, being a little fat helps. Because if I can tuck it just a little under the rolls and the shirt hangs down over it, I'm good.
Right. You get that right on the handle. like your
Now
belly
look here,
rose.
boy.
Your belly rose about to quick draw, like
Right.
I love the feeling. I love it. Wait till you lean over too quick and that motherfucker get up in you.
That was the thing. So I did that. So the day that I sent you that picture, I actually kept it on me, and I was working from home that day. Kept it on me
Mm-hmm.
all like up through lunch just to get comfortable with it, like kind of
Right.
being in the crease.
Mm-hmm. Moving with it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's important.
I thought so.
That's definitely important. Yeah, I gotta find a new one. I definitely gotta find a new holster. But again, like I said, I'm planning on getting a new everyday carry
Yeah,
because what I got, like that's more of a backup than a
than a primary.
right. So I gotta think about that as something I'll think about because it doesn't make sense to even look at the holsters until I figure out what it is that I'm gonna get in the
Right.
first place.
No doubt.
But I know the kind of holster that I want. I kind of want the one that you can almost like you can either get a tack belt or you can slide your belt through and it's
Yep.
almost like fitted to your hip,
Yeah.
but it's
Well,
an inside joint.
anything that had like the like almost the leather plus padding on the back, I thought
Hmm.
felt good.
Yeah.
And that was the one that I was wearing earlier this week. That was the one that I did some movement with, took it out with me a couple of times. I mean, when I went out. And like I
Right.
said, I walked the dog 2 or 3 times and I carried the whole time.
Hmm. Hypervigilance, my friend.
Yeah, you know what I was most vigilant about was where the fucking cops.
Why?
I don't know. It's just they caught my
They
eye
would have
more
thought
than
you would
usual.
have been one of them. They probably
Right,
would have been
right.
like, all right, glad
Well,
we
he
got
must be a
somebody.
responsible gun owner.
Yeah, glad you got somebody patrol. No, he thought you were one of them. They were waiting for you to flash a
Flash a
fucking
badge.
badge.
Hey, cab man.
Oh shit! Hold up, real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh no, he's
Give me
deserting
some
me.
Star Trek.
Well, actually, since he brought it up, I am watching Star Trek Academy. The show has gotten a lot of online hate for all of the reasons that you would think it would, in terms of being too woke. There's a gay couple, there's a lesbian couple. Um, I think what's interesting about the show is that it's set in the Star Trek Discovery timeline, and that being finishing up like 900 years in the future, and the Federation's basically been wiped, and it's kind of a reboot at that point. Um, it's interesting because it just there are bits and pieces of it that I'm really appreciative of, kind of the young adult approach that they're taking with it in terms of, it's at the academy. You're gonna have your hijinks, your love stories, yada yada yada. But it's still there's enough there that it feels like Star Trek, but doesn't feel like any Star Trek we've ever seen before. And so I think it's worth a watch, but I don't know. I understand why it gets a love hate relationship, and I'm not sure the new Star Trek Academy is for everybody. I think if you like Strange New Worlds, that's probably more in your wheelhouse than Star Trek Academy. So there you go. I
They
dropped
got
some
to see.
Star Trek while you were gone.
See, it's about
And it's been a
60
while.
seconds, you know?
I don't think I've
Got,
talked about the new show that dropped in January. So
got to bring us back to what brought us here.
Full circle, sir.
I didn't even know it was no Star Trek shit.
No, there's it's kind of a young adult one, but it's set, I don't know, 900 years in the future after all of the what I'd call the primary canon, all the stuff from the 90s and 2000s with Next
Okay.
Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. Um and
It's not good.
it's okay. Like it's definitely a young adult show, and it's definitely meant, I think, to bring new fans in. I don't know that it's going to resonate enough to bring new fans in. So I
Right,
think the
right.
people who are watching it are people like me that grew up with Star Trek and just want a new Star Trek show. I don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily think that they're bringing anybody new in with it. But I don't know. Luckily, we still have the other series that's, I think, still going on.
Motherfuckers
And
can't let shit die.
well, it was actually kind of out of the zeitgeist for a decade or so. So it was right to kind of bring back. And I like what they're trying to do with it in terms of modernizing it. But this particular story and group of characters and making it young adult, Star Trek's never done anything like that before.
Right.
And when they have, it's been like Wesley Crusher on Next Generation or Jake Sisko on Deep Space Nine. But it's different, and I don't know. I'm still debating the show because like
What's it come on?
it's on Paramount Plus.
I might give it a go. Didn't they just come out with the one with the black girl as the captain?
Yeah, Discovery. So it's in the same timeline and kind of version of Star Trek as Discovery. So
Okay.
basically, where Discovery ended is kind of where Star Trek Academy picks up. So it's after the burn for anybody that watched Discovery. It's basically like after that series ended and them kind of rebooting the Federation and Starfleet coming out of that series.
Mm.
Did you finish that one? Probably not.
What?
Discovery? Did you watch it?
I didn't finish the first
First one.
episode.
Well, and that's the thing with Discovery. Like the first season is choppy and rough, but after that, they get a little bit more of a through line.
Right.
And it's kind of an ongoing story, but they were so choppy in that first season. Like they fired all the writers after episode 4. And
Yeah,
so
like
like the back half of that
visually,
first season, exactly, like it was
I could
visually
get into it
appealing.
visually, but it just didn't
The
catch
characters
me.
jumped
Like
around and yeah. It
I probably was what it was. I couldn't follow or something.
that one is better if you just start with season 2, honestly.
Mm. But you know me, I'm a,
Completionist.
you know,
Speaking of
I feel like I missed
completionists,
something.
and I was gonna drop this on a Geeky
I
Coach
wouldn't call me a
reviews.
completionist though.
No, because you don't like to finish the last episodes.
I don't.
I
Even
know
if
you
I
don't.
like the shows, I don't. I don't. There's so many seasons that I haven't seen the last because I don't want it to end, and it
Well,
hasn't ended in my mind because I
fine.
haven't seen the last episode.
Well, and interestingly enough, I kind of feel that way about the show I'm about to talk about, which is fucking Yellowstone. And I almost dropped a Geeky Coach reviews on my TikTok, but then I was like, I don't know that I want all the Yellowstone haters on my TikTok. So I'm gonna do it here where the 7 people that I care about hear it. So Yellowstone, man, I that show was way overhyped. I'm gonna start with that. Like, I appreciated honestly the prequel shows that they did. What is it? 1883 and 1923. Better written, better directed, better characters, better story in those 2 shows than the fucking main Yellowstone show.
All right.
Because that main Yellowstone show, man, one, the writing was atrocious. Like, I predicted everything that was going to happen in that show, 2 episodes before it happened.
I mean, I've never seen any of them, but
And that doesn't surprise me because I don't know. I actually think that you would like the 2 prequel shows. I don't think you would like the primary show.
right,
But the primary show, like, the whole idea is that this family has owned a ranch for 100 years in Montana. They have the largest ranch in Montana, right? And every season there's some new person, entity, corporation basically trying to take their land through nefarious means.
right,
And I appreciate kind of the root message of the show, which is progress isn't always progress. And it's the whole disruption of nature, and you're building concrete on what is wild land and all of that.
right.
And so I appreciate kind of the core themes of the show. It just wasn't well written. Like, I understand why people like some of the characters. Like, if you've seen anything on TikTok with Rip and Beth, like, I understand why people resonate with those characters. Beth's a crazy bitch, and I didn't like her, didn't trust her the entire show. Rip is the ranch foreman, and like he keeps the cowboys in line, and he's very much like a man's man. You know what I mean? Like, somebody puts hands on his girl and he beats the fuck out of them in a bar kind of thing. And like, he was the one that did a lot of the dirty work for the ranch and would like kill people over the ranch and then take them to this county on the border between Montana and Wyoming where there were no people, so no judge, no jury, no nothing. And so that's where they dumped all the bodies. And so like he was kind of the one doing all that kind of stuff, but overall just the writing on the show was not good. Like, the dialogue's good and there are good moments in the show, but there are just the overall like plot killed me, and I'm like, I don't understand why this show was so hyped. But I did like the other 2 series that spun out of it, so fuck
I mean,
it. That's
two
kind of
for
the way I
three in
felt
that.
about
And
Sons too.
I mean, isn't it so? I'm sure that there are a lot of people that feel opposite.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's just not a show topic that would intrigue me at all.
Yeah,
Just not interested in your story.
right. But
So,
it
no,
does
I
kind
don't.
of tie to stuff that we've talked about, like, owning a chunk of land, being able to protect it, yada yada yada. Like, there's a lot of that element kind of throughout the series. And not all of it is what I'd call big picture stuff. There's a lot of kind of small moments of that as well. Like, a biker gang shows up and cuts a hole in their fence and thinks that they're just going to post up and, have a bonfire, and they handle it. They make them dig their own graves before telling them they can leave. And basically saying, we're going to leave these holes here. If you ever come back, that's where you're going. So shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you watched anything decent lately? You catching up on anything? Maybe old that
I saw that they just released that new Night Agent season 3.
okay. I don't know that
So
I've watched that one.
you haven't watched it at all?
No, I don't think so.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. And that'll get you from start to finish.
So Night Agent, what's that on?
Netflix.
Okay.
Another secret government run organization, but they haven't gotten to the sex trafficking episodes yet, so I'm still on board. The government associations, one could only assume
Sex
sex
trafficking is
trafficking.
involved.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But no, that's a pretty good one. And I'm just trying to catch back up. So I haven't even
Okay.
started the third one. I'm kind of rewatching the back half of the second one just to make sure my memories
Yeah.
jogged on how we got here.
That's what I'm gonna have to do with I think the latest season of Lincoln Lawyer just dropped too. I'm gonna have to do something similar with that.
I've heard good things about that.
It's good. It's not
I
great, but
just,
it's
yeah, no,
it's
I
good.
don't like it. I don't.
Did you did you watch Fallout at all?
I did.
Okay. Did you watch the second season?
I don't believe so. I may
Okay.
have.
So it just wrapped up like a week or two ago.
Oh, really? Then I don't think I have watched it then.
So I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on it. It's gotten pretty mixed reviews from folks, just kind of across the board. I liked it. I think it's interesting that they kind of declared that the story in the show happens after all of the games, and there are things that you can do in the games that like are player choice, which is why I like those games.
Right.
And so that's always interesting to see kind of what becomes the official canon when you're allowed to decide what happens, right?
Right.
And so that was there were some things that happened in this season where I'm like, okay, I can see why they went that way. However, that wasn't my choice in the
Now,
game. Like there's one
okay.
character in particular, Mr. House, who is like kind of behind the scenes running Vegas, and you can kind of decide his fate
Oh, in the game.
in the game. Now
So
you
is
also
it
have to
like
be you have to be skilled up in some shit to be able to do that. But
now is it a situation where they've stayed on track of the game, just went with an
um,
alternate decision, or have they gone so far with the script that they've broken away from the game?
I don't think they broke away from anything. The bit in this season, like there's a fair amount around like mind control in this season that I don't think is ever really covered in the game in the way that they did it, but it feels plausible within the game. So it's like not
Okay.
outside the realm of possibility of the game. It's just something that they didn't touch on.
Right. And the only reason why I asked that question is because I'm questioning, is that why I was interested in the TV show, because I've never played the
Played the
game.
game. I think what the TV show does really well is it feels like Fallout. Like it really
Really?
does. Like
Okay.
that's the world that they established in the game.
Right.
And this is again because the story happens after all of the currently published games, minus that one plot detail, it's all plausible within the game's universe.
Right. Right.
Which you and I've talked about in the past, like when they adapt things or they do the requels, like for me it's more about okay, tell me another story in that universe than necessarily like retell me the same story or continue the story of these other characters. Like
Right. Right.
that's actually something I think the new Game of Thrones show does really well. Is while it's related to shit that happens in House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, like the Knights of the Seven King or Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, it's clearly a separate story in the same universe.
Right. Right. Okay.
And
Is
I
it the
think
same time frame?
it's kind of sits between House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones. Just judging by they made like one or two small comments that I'm like, oh, that's so and so's whatever.
Okay.
Because they talk about Daemon's rebellion and Daemon is in House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I fell off.
Yeah.
I fell off of Game of Thrones.
That's one that I'm actually going back and watching again, the original series.
For real?
Yeah, more just background stuff when I'm trying to take a nap.
Mm-hmm. I know how that
can't
goes.
can't always be Star Trek.
This motherfucker didn't traveled the galaxy in his dreams.
Well, when I broke up or when there was a breakup, it was like, oh, so I have 2 free nights a week now. All right, well, I'm either in Speranza or watching something on the couch. I don't know. The youth football team though is doing training over at the CrossFit gym over there.
The CrossFit gym.
Yeah, so they've got off of it's really actually like Fifth and Cassidy. There's a CrossFit gym in that little industrial park,
Oh, for real?
but we're doing stuff with the kids twice a week over there.
Oh, okay.
And I actually, as much as I hate to admit it, because I'm not a huge CrossFit fan. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't begrudge anybody that likes CrossFit. It's not for me.
I don't know what it is.
It's a lot of usually it's a lot of like body weight workout and just like quick hit. It's hit framework. So it's 45 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 45 seconds on, 10 seconds off for, 4 or 5 different exercises.
Oh, okay.
You would probably like it if your cardio was up enough to enjoy it.
Hmm.
But anyway, so they're doing stuff over there twice a week now. And as much as I begrudgingly will admit, because it's good, just general athleticism is what it is.
Right, right.
I think it's helped Andrew's hip mobility, which I think I saw in the squats video I sent you today with him, throwing up what was it, 8 on the 135 with the
Mm-hmm.
plates on the side. So
Yeah, he did his thing.
he did.
Oh, was it 135? I thought it was 225.
No, it was 135.
Oh, I thought I seen another plate on there. I was about to say, oh, he moving, ain't he?
No, the one that you saw was moving was me doing 405 this morning for 8.
Man, everybody pressing you.
In my middle-aged women thirst traps that I put out. Oh man.
This nigga here.
Just silly, man. Just silly.
Somebody lock him up.
Can't do it. Can't do
it. Somebody lock him up.
I did have a good one with the Instacart dude this week. So, I had timed my Instacart order to be delivered between meetings on, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, Thursday. And he finishes dropping off the groceries. Kylo's barking, so I know he's out there. I go to grab him. I'm like, oh, you need to take your picture. And so he's going to snap the picture of the groceries, and he's like, oops, got your foot. I'm like, I don't want to see that on OnlyFans later, sir. he laughed. It was worth it. Oh man.
Oh shit! Ain't nobody selling your toesies.
No, not my hobbit feet. No,
don't nobody care about none of them piggies. They don't care about the location. They nobody gonna snatch them before they hit the market. Man, listen. I ain't gotta worry about no feet pics around here.
Oh shit!
Did you answer the door barefoot?
Yes. Because I didn't have because I just didn't have shoes on.
You're an exhibitionist.
I don't even like to look at my own feet, so
first the thirst traps, now he's answering the door with his feet out. What kind of shit is this? What kind of polyamory?
Oh man.
Oh shit.
So now that we're a solid 30-some in, you got any inadvertence for us?
I do and I don't.
All right.
Quite the quandary I'm in.
So did the Moors settle America?
One at a time, sir. One at a time.
That's not where you were going?
Okay, so invert. Um, First of all, I don't know that it would be the Moors.
Well, that was the last reel you sent me. I don't know, dude. You sent me like 62 reels this week, so
But in reference to my invert, um, I honestly feel like the whole everything that's going on here with the Jeffrey Epstein and Trump and everybody else.
and our very own Wexner here in Columbus.
Right. But again, you didn't have to we knew this.
No doubt. No doubt. I said this in our group chat. Selling
We
fucking
knew this.
lingerie to little girls. Like
And
no fucking shit.
there's
He
no
was
way,
trafficking. Like
right, there's no way that the kids knew shit. If there's no way that the kids knew shit and the adults didn't.
right.
And that's back when I was a child,
Right.
right? So the fact that we've gotten all the way here to where all of this now, of course, is, I guess people want concrete proof. I guess speculation, I guess conspiracy theory is not enough, and you need to actually see it for yourself. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because at this point, it's a lot of people that can't even hear about it,
Yeah.
right? Like they
There's a lot of
instantly
people burying their heads in the sand.
there's even more people than I would ever imagine that are actually getting defensive for these people,
Which
like
is,
they're in the files themselves.
well, I mean, I would imagine if you went to Ohio State, who has Wexner's name all over it, you probably feel one way or another about it.
I mean, I'm definitely sure. I'm sure there's a lot of people right now questioning if they were victims.
Right.
Like, wait a minute, was I a victim?
I mean, the head of gynecology at Ohio State is in the files, so
That's what I'm saying. Like,
anybody who was a patient of his was probably a victim. I'm
real
just
talk. And
saying.
not only you just made it hot for every physical therapist, massage therapist, anybody at Ohio State right now
Especially in the medical field, which is
that
where
has to
his name is all over their buildings.
that has to touch a motherfucker in their job. You just made it hot as fuck for all of them. All of them
Right.
at Ohio State. No more med students coming out of OSU.
And they're building a new hospital right now. You know whose name I don't think is on the new one though?
Who? Listen. But I really do. I think that all of this shit going on right now, and I don't know, it's not, I guess it's more evident than that. I guess saying think is crazy, right? But the way it's being released, how it's being released, everything, I feel like it's like everybody says desensitization, right? And
Well, it's the
there,
24-hour news cycle, and we see something earth shattering every 36 hours.
right. Now, the issue is that this isn't just going away, right? So now we're at the point of let's release aliens.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Which, by
And
the
I
way,
don't
all they're going to do is release the Arrow files, and Arrow says there was never anything concrete.
listen. Before Trump goes down in these files, I would not doubt him have a tied up green motherfucker sitting in a chair,
This is Bibble.
oozing,
Bibble, my
oozing
nizzle for shizzle.
green blood from the torture that they done did to this poor fucking alien. There, he will set up an alien before he'll set himself up. I guarantee you that. If
No
there
doubt.
are aliens and they have them in close connection or proximity, there will be one
at the press conference
before we ever see this nigga sitting on trial for being involved. I promise you that.
My
I
favorite
promise you that.
my favorite reels that are happening right now is that Iran is threatening that if the US attacks Iran, that they'll release like videos of Trump with underage girls. And Israel is threatening Trump that if he doesn't attack Iran,
Yeah, I like that.
they'll release videos of him with
Quite the
underage
quandary
girls.
he's in. Quite the quandary he's in. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like all of this shit, like beyond the desensitization,
Yeah.
I really feel like this is efforts, like legitimate efforts of the powers that be attempting to break our brain.
No doubt.
Like legitimately break our
Overwhelmed.
brain. You know what I'm saying?
Which
in
I
the
feel like
process.
they've been doing to us since high school with 9/11 and then everything that came
Since
after.
before. Since
Yeah, but I
before
feel
that.
like it hit our generation worse than others.
No, definitely, but definitely, but I mean, they also say that we're the fighters generation.
That's true.
We haven't started fighting yet, so
which is why you're seeing us all arm up right now.
And that may be a concern. That's why you have to bring aliens to the bunch.
Right.
Right? Nobody asked for aliens. We weren't talking about them.
We were right? 2 years ago, but yes.
Well, you're too late.
Right. Well,
you're
that's
too
the
fucking
thing.
Late.
That's the thing. Like, even on the alien conspiracy theory side, it's, you know, they could come out tomorrow and tell us that every bit of technology we had was reverse engineered from an alien craft, right? And people would be like, okay, and I still can't afford, you know, my house. I still can't afford groceries. I still can't afford. How does that change things for me? It doesn't.
You know what? I think it would be, I think if that was to take place, it would be all the more like that.
We'd be ready for the aliens to run this shit.
No, I don't even think that. I think that would honestly be a miscalculation on their part. I think that would be the straw that broke the camel's back. Because to all the intelligent people, right, that saw this coming a mile away before they ever were talking about this shit, when motherfuckers was talking about Pizzagate and Bohemian Grove and all that. Motherfuckers have been talking about this shit for decades and nobody's been listening. But nobody's been listening because it's been going on for centuries.
Right.
But the issue is, if they were to come out and say that in reverse engineered shit, technology and shit from a spacecraft, all intelligent people would hear is, we've had the power to create clean energy for years, and we've held that from you for nefarious reasons.
Right.
So your fucking kids, you're stealing from everybody around you, and you're ruining the world when you could use something better to sustain us all.
Well, and that's one of the big things that even folks that believe in disclosure acknowledge, like, it would send financial markets into collapse. Because every energy and tech company would then be scrambling to further reverse engineer, mass produce, or whatever.
See,
and we would still end up in the same spot where only the rich could afford it and poor folks still ain't going to have it. So,
well, see, that's the thing, right? That's the thing about it is, I'm glad that we're finally getting to a point where people can come together and acknowledge there's no voting your way out of this.
Yeah.
You have allowed them to toe the line one too many times to the point that now they believe no lines exist.
Facts. That's why we're in the exact situations we are right now.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't give a fuck who feels like what. It's a whole bunch of people saying it But going to war with the government would be suicide. So what, right? So the fuck what? That's still a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
Because either we get rid of you or you get rid of your workforce. Right? But either way prompts change.
Yeah.
Either way inspires future revolutions. It's been a while since we had a revolution, and that's ironic that
at least in
the
the
last
Western world.
no, really, and the last ones came from the atrocities of slavery.
Yeah.
Which is ironic why motherfuckers is like, where all the black folks at? It's 2026, bitch. We hip to your game. We not here to lead nobody's path, right?
Right.
Especially into a situation where we could be victorious and end up right back in the same boat we was in before. Even though the motherfuckers who put in the most effort, like always, right?
Right.
So why would you expect that? It's about time for, and this is just the honest to God truth. It's about time for white folks to nut up or shut up. And that's not to say that niggas won't be with you.
Right.
Because I've said it a million times. If that's what we doing, that's what we doing.
Right.
It don't matter who do it.
But it's not going to be the first, because if it was going to be, then it would have been a different situation in 2020, 2019.
Right. Right. We all know what would happen. And that's another thing. The powers that be wanted to be that way too.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you it would be no different than the Civil War days where you led the blacks into slaughter to see how many followed in after.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
I get that.
So again, if people are rebels or patriots or Confederates or whatever it is that gives you pride in that good old red, white, and blue, where the fuck are you?
Well, and I think that was the interesting thing in Minneapolis, in Minnesota. Like, you can talk about like that being ICE going after immigrant communities, but those protests and people that went down were white.
Right. It's beyond us now.
Yeah.
It's beyond us. It's not just blacks no more, which is why people are waking up, because their immediate lives are now affected by it.
Yep.
And to
Agreed.
those people, I say sit in it. I say sit in it and get used to it, even because it doesn't seem like you're willing to push back from against the wall.
Right.
See, that's just the honesty. We've thrived in these scenarios because we've always been in them. But I know who's pulling their hair out as we speak. What do you do? What is going to, that's what I'm saying. What is going to be the call to action? Because the longer you wait, the more they set up behind the scenes.
Well, and it goes to like all of the facial recognition cameras that even a city like Columbus has all over the place. I can't remember if you sent me that reel or I sent you that reel, but like the one lady who has been doing a lot of the revolution is now kind of stuff, like
in the form of her book.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The book she's writing, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, right? Like the start of a revolution doesn't have to be violent.
Right.
The start of the revolution is resistance.
Amen.
And you can resist in many different ways. It doesn't have to be violent.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and it's, the things that we've talked about, and it's things that, I've been strong on and then I've been weak on, and it's, stepping away from the Amazons of the world or whatever. And, finding those smaller local businesses and things like that. Like that little stuff does make a difference, but only if it's in mass. And I
Right.
think one of the ones that you're seeing a lot right now is like Target pissed off its core audience. Target has
No,
posted
definitely.
like sequential like quarters of loss over the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, but I
Now,
mean
if we
that's
can do that to the Walmarts of the world and the Amazons of the world, that's to your point, peaceful resistance.
I don't know that that's the resistance that I'm talking about though, because we're dealing with roaches.
Yeah, that's fair.
You spray raid and roaches find a new home.
Right. It just moves.
It doesn't matter where they get their income from, they'll find someone new.
Well, and that goes back to, and I think you and I talked about this probably several years ago. But if you go to the drugstore or the beauty shop or the beauty shop, and are buying a product, it's all owned by the same two companies.
Right.
It's either Unilever or Procter and Gamble. It's one of them, but they're all, even the quote unquote mom and pop brands have sold out to them, and those larger corporations are the one manufacturing it. It's the same thing with the food supply.
I
Like
don't
it's
even know
all it's
that
all post Kellogg and whoever else. Like,
I don't even know that I would use the word sold out, right?
oh, they
Because
cashed out. Like,
they definitely cashed out, but that's the thing. When you create an environment where everyone is seeking an opportunity to survive,
right.
you don't have the
There's
time to
no
bet on.
incentive to stay in business.
Right. And then when you know that you're also dealing with mega corporations that have nefarious means of getting people out the way, they'll make it hard for you to do it on your
Right.
own.
Right.
So
And
it's
leave you
almost
no option but to sell.
easier to just let them do it at that
Yeah.
point.
No, I get that.
That's what I'm saying. And in those
Well, and
those
that's where things that we've talked about in the past around it, we've got to find a way to get to more co-op style things like that, where it's community owned.
I think that is I think those are solutions that you start talking about
I think you talk about them now,
after.
but that's post revolution.
Exactly,
I hear
that's
you.
exactly what I'm getting at. Like those are one could be so lucky to have those issues for
Yeah.
those to start be talking about building up communities, but right now I just feel like that like there's all we know that there's always going to be someone to take someone else's place, right?
Right.
But you have to at least make a motherfucker weary.
Right. Make
And
them
there's no
uncomfortable for a
right.
change.
There's no weariness.
Right.
There's no fear of, and don't get me wrong, there is a tiny fear of legal action.
But it's tiny because they can pay their way out.
Exactly. They know the system. They've been in it before.
No, the only real fear they were in was immediately following the actions of Luigi Mangione.
And
Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I've been reading that book, that
yeah,
Black AF history book. And I sent you that passage
you
where
did.
France pulled out because Haiti started hanging the white folks.
Started
And
using
they
their own tactics against them. Right.
exactly, it didn't take a soldier to die for them to pull out because they recognized their own language.
Yeah.
That's the only way. That's the only way. If you try to fight it any other way, they've planned for that.
Right.
That does not make fear, that makes inconvenience. That does not stop the system, it slows it down.
Right.
But slowing down also could be catching breath.
True.
That's not useful.
Yeah. I hear you.
It's just not useful, in my opinion, at least. But who am I?
Just a fool on a
You know?
podcast.
That's all I am. For entertainment purposes only. It's crazy that it's legal that you got to say that now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, here's the flip side is if you're rich and powerful, apparently, your name can be all over something like the Epstein files and you face no consequences. Although what I do find interesting is so other countries have done more than we have, and corporations are actually exiting people with Epstein ties. Like you've seen a number of folks that have basically been booted by their boards of directors because of ties to Epstein. Now, at the end, does that change anything? No, you're just putting a different rat in the seat. However,
Not
like
only are you putting a
it is
different rat.
interesting that like from a civil or corporate action standpoint, you're seeing more action than the actual legal system.
Yeah, I mean, I just find that entertaining.
It is. I'm with you. It doesn't mean anything. Like I'm sure all those fuckers are getting golden parachutes and everything else. Like
Right, and all that does for the next son of a bitch that's in the office is it just, or in that position of control, is it just makes them sneakier.
right.
It makes it that much harder to find the truth.
They're
That
not
was
on
the
email, they're on Signal or whatever.
we talked about this. We talked about this long. We might have talked about this. We talked about this long before Trump's last election. I've always said that there was a positive of him being in office. And the positive is he has no prior knowledge of how politics truly work. So it will be the one time that you truly get to see how everything works behind the curtain. These motherfuckers are too dumb to cover anything up. So now people actually get to see. You can trust and believe that if there was any other person, and I'm not speaking Democrat or Republican, any other politician in that situation, we wouldn't know half of what we know now that is going on.
Facts. Facts. It would still
So
be behind the
regardless,
curtain.
right. So regardless of the situation, I know everybody is saying, and you voted for this, and you voted for this, but that shit sounds dumb as fuck to me too. Because if you didn't vote for this, then all you did was extend the time frame to when we find out about this shit happening. Now we don't find out about all this shit happening in 2026. Now we may find out about it in 2030, 2031.
Right.
And they're going to do good to keep the machine still turning.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help anybody because as that machine turns, it is tightening up the leash. And not only is it tightening up the leash, but it's quite literally displacing children and families. If that is not a reason to buy your tiki torches and pitchforks.
Well, and it goes to, and it's funny because someone's texting me on the side. One of my partners is texting me on the side, and we're talking about community owned and that being post revolution. Like your other option is to exit, right? Is to exit the structure in the society that they've set up for you. And that goes with what we've talked about in terms of get out of the city, buy a plot of land, something you can defend, and do your own shit.
No, I definitely agree, but it doesn't fix the system.
It doesn't, but does it remove the pressure of the system? To an extent, it can, but the problem is you're still reliant on what they've bred you to be reliant on. Like you and I have talked about, we could probably figure out solar and water, those pieces of it, Still gonna want internet. Still gonna want to be connected. So it's what are the pieces that you want to fight for, and what are you going to keep from the old?
See, I don't know though. See,
Like in absence of an apocalyptic event, there are still going to be the same roadblocks, barriers, etc. And to your point, the structural pieces that
I mean, it
led
depends
to the
on,
corruption in the first place.
right. It depends on what's considered apocalyptic.
Yeah,
Because an apocalyptic event like that does it depends on what you consider that to be. And if you're thinking apocalyptic, like wiping out of half of the population through bombs or something like that, it definitely doesn't have to be that deep. You know what I'm saying? Just a few examples need to be made.
I agree with that.
Just a few examples need to be made. And the what's the word that I want to
But the
use?
examples I think that you're talking about there are probably violent means.
Not necessarily. Again,
I mean, I think we've seen that the system has almost too tight a leash for a collective action to be large enough, at least up until this point. I mean, how many times over the last 6 months, a year have we talked about economic blackout? Have we talked about, universal walkouts? Like, and none of it seems to have moved the needle.
it's not. And again, because roaches, it's not gonna.
Yeah,
But that's not necessarily a deterring factor, because you don't necessarily need everyone on the same agenda for something to take
I
place.
agree with that, and we've talked
Name
about
a
that a
time the
lot.
United States of America has won a guerrilla warfare fight. Name one. Name one time in the history of the country that they've ever won a guerrilla
Well,
warfare.
my argument would be they. It depends on what you mean by win. They've destabilized plenty of other places with guerrilla warfare and black ops tactics.
Well, no, that I don't consider to be guerrilla warfare. That's not guerrilla warfare at all.
But if you're talking like true guerrilla warfare, then you're talking violence. And so, are we talking about a non-violent option, or are we talking about where we think this is going?
I mean, it doesn't have to be violence to be. So
Disruptive.
listen, right. And
So maybe
let's
violence isn't the right word. If I'm saying violence, are you associating that with loss of
someone
life?
losing, yeah, right,
Okay.
someone losing life. It No, don't get
So it
me
could
wrong,
be
it doesn't have to
destructive.
be. It definitely has to be destructive.
Destructive. Okay. All right.
It definitely has to be destructive. If you have a problem with Target, why is it still standing?
Right. Well, it's
Why is it
slowly
still
bleeding
allowed?
them out.
Why is it still allowed to make any profit in your neighborhood?
Right. Well, where I used to coach, I don't know that it is because people were robbing it every day.
I'm just
Because
saying
they
that.
only had like 5 employees in the store and it was easy to walk out with shit.
I'm just saying, and that could be
And
a
honestly, the
tactic
five
used.
employees in the store lived in the community and they weren't stopping anybody.
Listen, and I don't know where else you think they gonna get their security guards from.
Right. You don't pay enough. You don't pay security guards enough to deal with shit. And they're not allowed to protect themselves because it's a liability issue.
Listen, we've seen how many surveillance cameras of 13 teens running into a convenience store and bleeding it dry.
Right. And they need to stop going after the mom and pop Arab owned convenience store and start going after the Targets and Krogers of the world.
I don't know that matters what you go after.
No?
To be quite honest, because I don't know too many people in those convenience stores that look anything like me. Y'all done been making a black dollar for a good long time, and I don't recall you giving back to anybody in the community. All that money go over the seas, the families and friends.
That's fair.
At
That's
least you
fair.
could do is get a couple bags of chips and a soda out of this arrangement.
Right. I hear
So
you.
I don't really, that doesn't really, it doesn't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, something has to be done. And if something is done, whether it be destructive, whether it be, like I said, the high school convenience store tactic, whatever it may be, if it happens enough, it will get an attention.
Yeah.
If it happens enough, it'll get some attention. And again, the genius of the guerrilla warfare tactic is you don't know.
Well, it's decentralized. It's not centrally managed. There's no
Right.
head to cut off the snake.
And at the end of the day, you don't know because we don't know.
Right.
Because if this was to truly happen, it wouldn't be a whole gang of people meeting up in a field and standing off with the government. It would be this group of people, that group of people, that group of people, those people that call themselves, those people that identify as. It would
Well,
be
and
the
honestly,
warriors.
you kind of need that. You almost got to go Revenge of the Nerds with it. Fake fight over here with the protest, real fight over here with, to your point, the guerrilla action. Like, draw all of the law enforcement security to the protests, and then 20 miles away, 15 miles away, hit everything else.
Now you're writing a book, my friend.
So the
I'm
next
just saying.
time there's a protest going on, maybe take some of your own action away from the protest.
I'm just saying,
It
people
doesn't
don't
need to
have
be,
to
and I'm
show
not
up with
saying
their
anything illegal.
firearms.
Right.
Although, like if somebody was deciding to do that as well, I can't say that that's an overreaction. At this point, that is not an overreaction.
I agree.
So,
I mean, if the federal government is militarizing in our streets,
that's not an overreaction.
that's definitely
Protecting
not an overreaction.
protecting yourself
That's
is
the
never an
whole. That
overreaction.
is the whole purpose of the Bill of
Right.
Rights.
Protecting yourself is never an overreaction. So,
All
we're
right,
here.
we are here. And maybe we should sign this one off before we get ourselves into trouble. Because now I got ideas.
This nigga went from lawyer to lawless.
I blame
Fucking
you,
20,
sir. You're a bad
21
influence.
questions. Or maybe I'm the only influence.
You might be. You might be the only fool I listen to.
Listen,
You and my mama.
I might have to get a disclaimer tatted on me somewhere because I'm telling you, at your own risk.
It requires adult supervision.
Listen.
Oh, man. All right. You got anything else you want to talk about?
They're giving these child robots guns now.
Are they?
I don't know. That's what I'm seeing.
I haven't seen that, but it makes sense. Although, again, I don't understand the obsession with putting a robot into human form factor.
I mean, no, it really doesn't make sense when you already look at us as expendable.
Right.
Because that's the only benefit of bringing a robot instead of a person is you didn't lose a life.
Right.
But the United States military has also been under the guise of we didn't pay to create it either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, to your point, I don't know that. What is the point of that?
I don't know, but China's whole robot army thing is again,
now China
humans are not like the greatest form factor on the planet. Like they're not.
I'm just
more
saying,
legs makes it easier to do more things. Now, that being said, I don't want to see no leaper in real life.
Now we seen. I'm just saying we seen China's kids. We seen China's kids.
The Olympics a few years back.
Listen, China's kids are objectively shitting on United States kids right now, right? The only thing that United States
but that's
kids,
by design.
Right. The only thing United States kids have on Chinese kids are build.
Yep, right. Physical
That's
size.
it. Right. That's it. That's all you have at this point. They are smarter. We've seen by far statistically. We know
they're in better shape. They're more agile,
more athletic. Like it's like, oh my gosh! Like, so all I say that to say, if AI is only 12 years old, I would be a little more fearful of China's 12-year-old AI than our 12-year-old AI.
I think that's fair. I think it's a fair statement.
Because these motherfuckers, I'm telling you, they talking about they want the new world order and they going to force everybody to be like, well, why not let AI run everything? They better fucking not. Because it's going to be war crimes against underage AI soldiers.
Well, but we don't care about underage kids because we've seen that here in the States.
These motherfuckers can't even tell you how many R's are in strawberry, but you're arming them with guns.
That's our only fallback, Cliff. We have more guns. They might have more people. We got more rounds.
I'm telling you, they go listen. I don't know, but I feel like it's right now. You're just moving your king back and forth to avoid conflict. And it's only a matter of time for you got to drop that motherfucker on his side. Because y'all, the powers that be right now are backing yourself in a little corner where the only option is for people to rise up or die,
Right. Die trying.
Listen.
Live free, die hard.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, sir. Well, take us out. What do you got? We loving everybody today?
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we was put here to do, right?
I agree. It's about community. One with the all.
I also believe that.
But you have to excise the parts of the all that don't belong.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that a form of myself may not love you. But sometimes there's a time for war. It's not always time for love. That was in the Bible.
I'm not going to fact check you on that. Do us a favor, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell an enemy, tell them to troll. And with that, peace out, fools.
Oh, shit.